Hello there. It's a trial by Stone. Okay, so the other night ago, I watched this film from 2008 called Eden Lake. I didn't know much about it. Um, I I heard through um, basically the horror community, and a few of YouTube videos that it was really, really disturbing, and it was similar to films like Joe Cornish's Attack the Block, in the way that it focuses on like the British youth and the hood, if you will, um, and yeah. So I didn't really know much about it other than that, and I watched it on Tubi the other day, and I gotta say, I really, really, really liked it. It was really good. It was directed by Tom Watkins, I think, and it stars Kelly Riley and Michael Fassbender, who is personally one of my favorite actors. I really, really love him in just about everything. In all the X-Men movies, even the bad ones, he's the best part of them. And but I really, really like him from Inglorious Bastards is awesome. I really want to see Hunger with him in it, and yeah, I really, really like Michael Fassbender. Anywho, um, yeah, so the plot of the movie follows Michael Fassbender and his girlfriend, Riley Kelly. Kelly Riley. Kelly Riley? Kelly Riley. I'm going to go with that. Michael Fassbender's girlfriend. They're going on vacation, pretty much, and and they're British, and they go to this place called Eden Lake, which I think he knew when he was like a kid, and um, yeah, and they go there and they're going on vacation, and they end up meeting these British youths, multiple of youth, and they start causing trouble, and then it becomes pretty much the British youth versus the couple, and it is really cool. Is very, I'll say it. It's a very. I don't want to call it mean spirited because everything is looked at from a very tragic point of view. It really reminded me of Wes Craven's Last House on the Left in that way. That film looks at all the events that take place in a very, or at least I took it this way when I watched it. It looks at it from a very tragic point of view. Like, what's happening is awful and horrible, and it is supposed to be looked down upon, and that's why it works so well, because you really, really feel for these characters, and you really, when they make a mistake that you know is a mistake, and they know is a mistake, but they still choose to do it, it just hurts so much more. It is so cool. Not many horror movies do that, and I really, really, really like that. Um, that's probably why I really, really liked Last House on the Left so much, because it's a unique concept that you don't really see in horror movies, especially slashers. Which I wouldn't say this is a slasher, but it you can kind of lump it in with that genre, I guess, but barely, barely. It's not really a slasher, but anyway. Um, it really reminds me of films like Audition, kind of a slow burn with some really, really brutal stuff, and mainly tension building. Takashi Miike's Audition. I haven't seen Hostel or Cabin Fever, but I've heard the same thing about those Eli Roth's uh, movies. Similarly with Green Inferno. Um, but yeah, I really, really liked Eden Lake. It's a really good movie. Came out in 2008. Um, I love the ending. Um, Spoiler alert, I guess. Specifically, I really love how the parents start to act like the evil teenagers did. Like, once they realize, like, the realization hits for them that they have pretty much um, they have this girl who like were killing their kids for all good reasons. I mean, I guess. I mean, you still shouldn't kill people, but like you understand, you empathize with her, and you see why she had to do what she did. So when the parents start figuring out that she is this person, and they start then acting like the kids, they're put in the situation where they're like, well, do we let her go? Do we exact revenge? Do we do a prisoners on her and like lock her up in the bathroom and beat her with a hammer? Like what do we do? And it is so cool, especially like the parents are acting exactly like the teenagers. Like you have one that is like really just apprehensive about the entire situation. You have one that's like just leading the group, and oh man, it's really good juxtaposition between the teenagers and the adults, and I really like that. And I like the ending, how it leaves it kind of ambiguous. You don't really know what happens to the girl. And I was actually telling my brother the other day how I think just from a storytelling perspective, like if you're writing a story, I really don't think you should like set out to make a ambiguous ending, make a movie with an ambiguous ending, because it can be very dangerous and can really screw up your story. And for example, um, I think, well, as a like a backwards example, I think a film that could have benefited from a ambiguous ending, in my opinion, and I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but honestly, the ending for Taxi Driver, if they had just cut like 15 minutes before the end when he's doing the thing, and if they just cut there and just left it, did he die? Did he win? What happened? If they just left it there instead of then cutting to the newspapers that are saying, oh, this local hero killed these mafioso people, and this and this and this, and the girl reunited with her family. Like, that, it, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad he won, but now I know that. And I know a lot of people debate, like, was it in his head or not? Personally, and again, I'm really rambling on, but personally, I kind of think that Travis Bickle died at the end of Taxi Driver. This is another film I just rewatched very recently. But, yeah. Anyway, ambiguous endings. Um, I feel like with Eden Lake, it could have ended maybe like 5 minutes earlier. I didn't need that last little shot of the teenage boy, like looking in the mirror and like checking himself out and putting on the sunglasses. I kind of see what it's going for, with like with like a an American History X kind of thing, where like um, he's like, is he gonna become the new like big bad teenager kid? So I kind of see what it was going for, but if it would have just kind of just ended there, where you hear screaming in the bathroom, yeah, that would have been way more impactful, I think. But overall, I really liked Eden Lake. It, very well acted. I love Michael Fassbender's character. And just really anything that he's in, he just constantly has my attention. Um, and Kelly Riley is really awesome as the second protagonist of the movie, and once the focus of the film shifts to her, it like really like kicks into high gear. It's just a blast to watch. Even though it gets seriously dark at times, and I will say this is a very dark film. Um, it it just makes you want to take a shower afterwards. It is brutal, and it's not even like I was really expecting something like a torture pornish movie, like something along the lines of Saw or something, and it's really not that. I mean, there are a few pretty graphic, violent scenes, but even then, it's more just the subject matter, like what is actually happening, and the fact that it's dealing with actual kids, like the fact that these are kids who are doing this crap and are being offed left and right. and for the fact that it's making the audience, or me as an audience member, empathize with the person who's killing these kids. That is such a just a gross feeling, but it really works in the movie's favor, and that's awesome. Um, I really, really praise the movie for that, and the soundtrack, or the score to go along with that, it really, really helps and benefits the scenes. Um, Specifically, again, spoiler, uh, the scene when she kills, when she first, the first time she kills one of the kids, where she knifes him in the neck, and the kid starts like he can't like breathe, and he's like choking, and she like starts holding him, and he's like crying, and she's crying, and the music just kind of starts, and the camera pans out. That is such a good scene. It's so heartbreaking to watch. It is, oh man, I love it. Great scene. But yeah, I really was very, very surprised with this film. I really liked it. I really hope more people watch it. Came out 2008, so it doesn't have too much of an audience, but yeah, yeah, it's a good movie. It's really good. If you want to see a cool Michael Fassbender movie that you probably haven't seen, then highly suggest. Um, yeah, I believe it was directed by Tom Watkins, 2008. Yeah, Eden Lake, pretty good movie. And I figure I should say I'm gonna start doing like a ranking kind of, or not really a ranking, but like a score, I guess, just because I tend to do this in my head like anyway, but I just haven't been saying it for some reason. But I guess I give the film probably, and I'm gonna do it 1 out of 10, and I might do like point fives or whatever when they are needed. But I think I'd probably give Eden Lake a solid 8. Solid 8 out of 10. It is, yeah, I really, really dug it. Very good film. Um, yeah, this is Trial by Stone. Peace.